This is the craziest story you're ever going to hear. My man right here, real life John Wick. That's right. This dude's life plays out like a John Wick movie, except everything about it is true. It got everything a John Wick movie got. Shovels, digging, dogs, pistols, bank accounts. Man, you're going to want to stick around for this crazy story. His name, Alberto Joshua Hernandez. That's right. Look at him, because he's crazy. This is what happened. In September of this year, he was just riding his silver truck looking for his lost dog. So he's gone block after block, Alberto. And he's like, man, where's my dog at? And all of a sudden he gets to the stop sign and he looks down the street about 3 blocks up and he sees this other vehicle, truck, come driving through, dark colored truck. And he sees what he thinks is his dog. And he says, man, wait, was that my dog? And all of a sudden the truck slams on his brakes and he's watching this from 3 blocks away, Alberto. And he's like, what just happened? And he sees the dude get out the truck and he's like, oh, is he going to go check on the dog that he just hit? And no, the dude didn't go check on the dog. The dude started checking his bumper and he was grabbing the bumper, checking the bumper to see if he could figure out what was wrong. You know what I mean? So Joshua was tripping. He's like, I know I didn't just see what I just thought I did. Alberto Joshua Hernandez. And he hits the gas. Slay back like this. And he gets over there. Pump, slam the door, and he got his blaster in his hand. And he walks up to the dude. He said, man, you just hit my dog. And the dude was like, man, what you mean I hit your dog? And he said, man, you just hit my dog, man. Why you checking your bumper? And the dude's like, I knew I hit something. I thought it was a dark colored animal that just shot out of the middle of nowhere and I accidentally hit it. I don't know what happened. And Joshua was like, man, I'm looking for my dog. That's my dog. And the dude was like, well, man, whoa, calm down, man. Why you got a strap on you? And Alberto Hernandez is like, hey, bro, man, you about to do what I tell you. And the dude, the victim, who's now a victim, right? Because now Alberto, he got a strap on the dude and he's tripping. And he's like, man, you about to get in them woods and go find my dog. And he said, I didn't know that was a dog. I thought I hit a dark colored animal. I thought it might have been a possum or a raccoon. And the dude's like, Alberto's like, man, ain't no raccoon, man. That's my beloved dog. He said, now get in them woods and go find him. And he walks old boy, who's now the victim, to the wood line with a strap on him. They go through the woods. He's following the dude in the woods and he got him at pistol point. And he's like, go on, man, get in there, find that dog, boy. Alberto's like, find him, S.A., find him, you know what I mean? And so he gets in the woods and he finds the dog. Dog is gone, that's right. Dead, dead, dead. He done killed the dog by running over it. So the dude brings the dog back up and Alberto's like, look, you're going to have to rectify the situation. You're going to have to fix it. And the dude's like, man, what you want me to do? And he said, man, look, you're gonna bury the dog. And the victim's like, I'm going to bury the dog. And Alberto's like, that's what I said. And so they go back to Alberto's house. Alberto got the strap on him the whole time. He goes in his garage. He said, get that shovel. Dude gets the shovel. He goes to the backyard. He said, and the dude just starts to dig. Alberto says, nah, not right there. Keep in mind, his name's Alberto Joshua Hernandez. So Alberto says, not right there. I picked the spot. So Alberto picks a spot in his backyard, says, now dig right there. The victim digs a hole. Alberto tells him, get the dog. He puts the dog in the hole, wraps him in a towel. He gets a special towel for him, wraps him in a towel, buries the dog in the backyard. And he says, now you got to make this right. And the dude's like, what you mean make it right? He said, don't move. You know what I mean? I'll be right back. And so he backs off in his house. Now he got the dude left his vehicle up the road. Alberto, marched him to his house. Now, the dude's stuck. He comes back out with an AK. You know what I mean? With a scope on it. Extended clip. That's what the article said. This is in Texas. You don't mess around with people's dogs in Texas. That's why I'm saying it's like some John Wick type stuff. Because now the dude's digging a hole, like John Wick dug a hole with some different types, and the dog was lost. So he made the dude bury the dog. Now, he comes back out with the chopper, and he throws the chopper on him. You know what I mean? He went from having a pistol, now he got a chopper, so things are accelerating. So the victim is becoming a victim of all sorts of stuff. He's like, now you got to pay me for my dog. And he's like, you got to pay me for my dog? He said, yeah, you got to pay me. So he, with the chopper aimed at the dude, forces the dude in the truck, in the silver pickup truck. He's driving, he got it on him. He brings the dude to the bank, makes the dude take out $200. Then Alberto takes a picture of his license and says, hey, bro, listen, I got your address where your family lives. See, you drew first blood. See, Alberto's taking this personal. And it was an accident. When I was a little boy, I lost one of my dogs, a little puppy who I love. His name was Rufa. God bless Rufa. I miss Rufa. And I was just a little boy, and a truck hit him, and it was an accident. And the man got up the truck and said he was sorry. Well, the victim of Alberto's dog, he didn't know that. So he didn't know that it was a dog. But when he did find out a dog, he was apologetic. But that wasn't enough, Alberto. So the dog was worth $200. So he got $200. He said, you're going to have to get more money too. I'm coming back later. Because he took a picture of his license and said, I'm going to let you go. But if you call the authorities, man, we're going to handle this street way. You know what I mean? And in Texas, you know what I mean, dudes come up buried all the time. People don't know where they at. So the victim's thinking to herself, man, I don't know if this dude's connected or not. Well, look, there's this picture again. I don't think he was connected. I think he was just crazy. Anyway, the authorities get called. They put a warrant out, or an arrest warrant out for Alberto Joshua Hernandez. They eventually arrest him. He gets put on a $660,000 bond behind this. Story goes public, goes nuclear, right? Now he's all over the news. So I don't know what they're going to do with Alberto, but I think that he went a little overboard. He didn't have to put the dude at gunpoint. You know what I mean? He could have just said, hey, man, you got my dog. Let's go find my dog. You know, it was an accident. I don't know. What would you do? Do you think that Alberto dealt with this the right way by pulling out a strap and then basically kidnapping and armed robbing the dude? And then when they went to search Alberto's house to arrest him from the arrest warrant, they found meth in his house. So when you say meth and you had straps and dogs, it all starts making sense. This story was completely crazy, and I thought I would share it with you. If you like this story and anything crazy like that, well, I'll be telling more stories. So give me a like and subscribe to the Pen and the Shank. Let's get it.